Yeah, most of the cases, like, you would find due to property, or maybe there could be some other issues as well. So in that cases, ideally they are not criminal, but just in order to prove them, like, okay, they are superior, or maybe they are not less with anyone, so people go with this. So in that case, they do not have any criminal record, but somewhere they have made a crime. So now they are culprit and they are getting the punishment of it. And as Jaggu mentioned other things as well, like there are some people who do it as a profession, right? I mean, even they don't they know it, like before they act on it, they are pretty much sure that this is something unethical, this is something against the law, but they take in their hand and they just go ahead and they take it as a profession. Even some of them, they charge money, in order to murder someone or in order to do something.
Yeah, like if somebody is ideologically criminal, for example, mentally he's criminal. He whatever he does, he believes that he's right as per his ideology. But the things which he has been doing is extremely, like I would say, offensive. I mean, you can't cure this kind of mentality. You can't change the ideology. Ideology not in the sense of political ideology. I'm talking about the ideology in sense of crime. For example, if somebody is killing people just because he believes that it gives him pleasure. I mean, there are many psycho cases, psychopaths. So do you believe that such kind of if it is curable, that is fine, but not always curable. So deserve punishment.
You know something. I forgot what I want to say. So that's really weird. Oh my God, I forgot what I want to say. I'm sorry, guys, for interruption you. Go ahead, guys.
You can say, like, if you want to add something, you can say that.
The problem is that I want to say the idea, but the idea is gone. The criminal killed the idea.
Okay.
And so let's talk about real criminals. Like for example, one person kill another person because there is a reason behind. There's a financial. There are a lot of things. A homeless man, like a person who had without house, who is trying to get something, is going to steal. Maybe that stealing is changing to another thing, which is killing that person because there's another person watching that person that's stealing at the same time. So let's speak about real criminals, not the human person, like a person like a normal human being doing this. Like there are some people that are doing some kind of criminals, but not speak about it. Like for example, like lawyers. For example, you are a person that you didn't do, but lawyers trying to dig you in some kind of fraud or something, and then you have to pay for him, just to hide you what you didn't do. So a lawyer is a criminal person. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like I'm not talking about just a normal person. There's some criminal thing, like something higher than you.
Okay.
Yeah, and also like mercy is good, but if mercy is given to undeserving criminals, then it would cause a dissatisfaction for the people who are victim. For example, I am victim of someone's aggression, and he has got mercy, even though he's serial offender, and he got mercy from the court, and I didn't get justice. So isn't it dissatisfactory for me? So it would be dissatisfactory for the victim if you are unnecessarily giving mercy to everybody. So mercy is good thing, but only for those who deserve.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry for there's some comments over here. It's kind of weird. Now, Alexa, do you have anything to say to me? To say it in comment section. Do you want to ask something to me about my profile picture?
Mr. Booza, don't take it like she's a funny girl. She just, sometimes she
No,
just
I'm just
crack jokes.
way. I'm asking her in a funny way. There is another person also is trying to say it in a funny way too. So let's have fun all. So if you have anything, to ask it and you care about just picture, this is really stupidity. You know, care about something else, care about the topic, and do not care about like stupid picture that I'm putting over there. This is really stupid.
As I said, do not take in that way, like because then it would go in a different direction. Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
You know, I'm just telling again. I'm just telling. It's just like kind of spirit, to just care about picture, guys. It's just a picture. No one here is real. You know, I'm not
Hmm.
saying everyone, but it seems like 17. No one is real. See me in real life, then you're gonna judge me. You know? Breathe out, breathe in. Oh, like weird. Oh.
Yeah, so I would say like Booza, don't take it in another way. Just enjoy the conversation. Otherwise, it would go in a different direction. Okay. Hi, Akanksha.
Hi Rohan,
Yeah. So Akanksha, how are you?
I'm good Rohan, how are you?
Yeah, doing well. So Akanksha, we are talking about criminals. Like, what are the other alternative way to you can say no to improve them? So I would like to listen you as well because you have recently joined. So what do you think? Like, do we have any other way to deal with criminals, or the way the law or the procedure which we have, that is the only way to deal with that? And even we are talking about criminals, so do you want to share any anecdote, any story where you have seen a person who wasn't criminal, but maybe due to the demand of time he became criminal, or you could say maybe since childhood he had a criminal mindset, and then anything?
One time I saw one thing that there were two boys, both were above 18, and uh, uh, one boy's father had gun, and it's about my neighborhood story. One boy's father had gun, his father had gone outside, and then what that boy did, he called his friend to show the gun to his friend, and they were just doing they would be like playing, I mean not playing, they would be checking the gun, and so one would be snatching, no no, give it to me, don't, it will fire or something. What happened, that gun got fired and it hit him on the head, and that boy got uh, he got died, he died. And after that uh,
After that,
the other boy I was in 8th ninth class, something like this. Other boy is still in prison, and he's like he will be there for more years. So I don't know he got the right punishment or wrong punishment, because his intentions were not to kill him,
Mm-hmm.
but this happened accidentally, and he also couldn't prove it. And like he was in like 20 or something, but now he is like 30 or about to get 30. He's all um, his young age is gone. What is left with his life?
Okay.
But I also feel like it is good. We feel like that we should know. At the end, everyone is a human being. Everyone is feeling. They repent after the crime has been done. But it. If we won't put them in jail, in prison, then other people would not have any fear, and they will be doing it more of. They will be doing the crime because they will feel like we are not going to get punished. Uh, so if some lighter punishment would be given to them, they would be okay in doing the crime, and they will be like, we can bear the light punishments. So in that sense, it is important to give the prison.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. And as Akantha said, guys, like, no, see, different, you could say, different, like, people, even though, like, one of the, I'd say, research I would like to share with you. So, I think you are aware, like, in 2000, I think, if I'm not wrong. So it was somewhere. I think you all are aware with the Nirbhaya case, right? Which happened in Delhi, right?
2012, yeah.
Yeah, in 2012. So in Nirbhaya case, what has happened? So there was a one of the reporter, you can say researcher or reporter. Her name was Madhumita Pandey, right? So Madhumita Pandey, she interviewed 142 rapists, right? She just took a permission to go into the Tihar jail and she took an interview of 142 rapists just to know what is their mindset, before, like, when they just did it. So what was their mindset? Why did they do that? And even most of them, you could say, even though they did not believe it, that they have done something like, no, that is considered as a rape. Some of them, they said like it was just due to anger, like maybe in a neighborhood there was some, you can say, some no some fuzz, so just to take the revenge they did it. Like different, you could say, in that survey, different criminal, they said different things, but most of them, they did not realize that, like, because that was, as I said, that was the heat of the moment, and after that, like, even they were not ready to accept it, like, they what they have done, that is considered as a rape.
Yeah. They
So
wasn't even aware that whatever he's doing is rape.
right, right, they wasn't aware. So now, like, they have a great guilty as well, because what they have done, and later they understood this is considered as a, this is one of the heinous crimes, so later they are repenting on it. So you can read out those, you can say, article as well. As I said, Madhumita Pandey, right? She was the scholar who did research on that, where she took an interview of 142 rapists. So sometime, even though the rapists, like, they don't know what they are doing. So even some of the you could say rapists, like, no, their mindset, that was totally different. You would say, even if you'd listen those, you can say, thoughts, you would be really shocked, right? Like one of the rapists, he said, like, why did I rape her? So that she can never get married by any other man. Why? Just because of some, you can say, some enmity, right? Just because they were neighbor and there was some land dispute, and because of that he did, so that he and his family, they can whole, like, the whole family can suffer throughout their life.
Yeah.
And but most of them, they really felt like it was their fault, and but they did not do, no, intentionally, you could say.
Like even if they haven't committed this intentionally and they was not even aware of what they're doing is rape, still I don't think they deserve any sympathy, because what about the justice then? What about the justice for victim who is a victim? Like, what would you answer to the victim who is a victim just because he was not aware of the things that this is rape? Does, like, he deserves sympathy or mercy? Then you have to also look at the perspective of victim. Who is victim? How would you like specify the victim? What would you answer the victim? So this is also a very strange question. So, and not all rapists are like that. Only some of the rapists who are maybe less in terms of age, they may be not aware of the things. But rape is something most of the rapists also make excuse to apologize, to get some to get mercy. But this could be the excuses as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I have also seen one documentaries over the mindset of rapist. It was a National Geographic channel. It was not based on Indian rapist. That was based on European rapist and American rapist. They have interviewed many, and they have also given the same, I would say, after same result. Like, many of them are like psychologically, their mindset has been designed the way they was not even aware of the things that they are doing is rape or what. So there are such cases, but even on that basis, like, it's very hard to sympathize for them, like, because you will have no answer to the victim. So it's very strange thing. And like last year, while talking about Nirbhaya case, in 2021, no, 20, I guess 2020, four of the rapists who got capital punishment from Supreme Court. And what UN did, UN wrote an letter to Indian government to, like, halt down the capital punishment. So UN Human Rights was active to save those four rapists. And I was like shocked. I'm not criticizing UN. Maybe they are wrong or right up to their extent. But like, even UN was like UN was active to save those rapists who raped Nirbhaya, the most famous rape case in the world. So just because you and also believe in this theory that psychology and all this was he was not aware of that and this, so it's very hard to say what's going. But I don't believe that they should be given.
Also, we say that what has happened, we should leave it behind, and we should what if someone has done bad to us, then what is it going to give us back if we will like try to take revenge, or like we will try to do bad for them. But if something bad has happened to anyone, like we can take the example of Nirbhaya case. Her mother fought for like so many years, like about 10 years. She fought because it gives them the feeling of satisfaction that they are able to put the criminals uh, who did this wrong to one of the member of the family. They are behind the bars. They now got what they deserve. So it gives them self satisfaction that they are not living freely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's welcome to Dr. Priyanka. Hi, Dr. Priyanka.
Hi, you don't have to call me Dr. Bengal.
Okay, and as you
I
said,
call
Hi
you.
like
Priyanka.
sometimes my opinions. That was not my opinion. As I said, like you can search on the YouTube as well. Madhumita Pandey. So she was the one who took an interview of 142 rapists in the Tihar jail,
Yeah, that
and
was fact, not opinion. Yeah.
right. So that is a fact, right? And you would find like
You do
certain.
state facts, to support your, whatever you think or
No,
whatever you
see,
support.
like thing is that like what do you mean? Like what I support?
He
What do you
hasn't
mean?
even made his opinion yet. He was
No,
just
see,
telling.
no, in a comment section actually she was saying. So Priyanka, I would like to listen you. Like, what do you think about this?
And I mean, if you are saying some people, who are like rapists and all, they have some disturbed mindset and all. So I think if such people have disturbed mindset, they should be behind the bars or they should be dead. If you say like, okay, this murderer is like psychiatric, patient, or he is ill and all those things, so you will allow him, okay, that he is killing people. You will not, na. They should be put behind bars, so they should not harm anyone. So same thing should be done to rapists, or why don't we treat them like that? And means, how can you reverse the damage which has been done? That if you are talking about the neighbor case only, the girl is dead. How will you, this ask this from their means her family. How they feel. We people forget, but it's about the family. They will never forget because they have to live with it, and they will, always miss their girl. So you can't say that, okay, that they had some, they didn't know, or maybe they were drunk. Sometimes guys also do that, they are drunk and they can, misbehave with any girl. Then I tell you, I'll give you one example. Means we went out for dinner, okay? It was not very late. Okay.
Hmm.
So means it was around 10 only, and we were coming back, and there were some guys who were drunk. And what did he do? We three or four girls were there, and he slapped one of my friends, on her bums. Okay, and he went, and we were like, what is this nonsense? He's like, मैं तो ऐसी बदतमीज हूँ, मैं तो ऐसी बात करता हूँ कुछ ऐसे. कुछ he was drunk and all. Means that does not mean na you can misbehave with girls. So see his bad luck that it was happening in front of a police station. Okay, and police wala was just seeing it, and he just caught that guy, and usko itna पिटाई पड़ा ना, like, hmm, really, miss, you can't justify na, because that you are drunk, or maybe your mind is messed up, so you can harm anyone. This is really, I too really don't agree. If you are harming anyone, you don't have any right to stay out. You should be behind the bars, or you should be, if you are, because of you someone has died, then you should be, maybe given punishment as per the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Madhumita, or but that was fine. But what was the purpose
No,
of
but
all?
sometimes see people want to know what is the psychology behind it. Like, see, if a person is doing like then what is the point to put the law? Because people doesn't care about the law, right? Still cases are happening, people are being killed, people are being raped. Then what is the point to put law, and what is the point to then no to, because end of the day, until unless you won't know, then how would you just educate them? Like the people who are doing this, how would you educate them, and how would you
I think
stop it?
people who have done this, they should be. I mean, I feel at least punishment should be a little bit rigorous. It's not about earlier, it was 7 years jail. I don't know about that. When I read my forensic medicine, at that time it was 370. Na? It is 375, I guess, if I am remembering fine. 375 is definition of rape and 376 is punishment of rape. Okay. And when I read this in my forensic medicine, so it was maximum of 7 years jail. That's it. Hmm. Means, and I don't know, this is the maximum punishment. I don't know, like, how are the judgments. But this is what I am telling. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Rocky Bhai is with
Yeah,
us.
let's
Let's
welcome
welcome
to
him.
Rocky Bhai. Hi, Rocky Bhai.
Hi, Rocky bhai.
Rocky Bhai,
Hi, Rocky.
I
We are
guess
waiting for
he's
the
he's
sound.
another Jesse.
Are Rocky Bhai, just if you want to speak on this topic, we would love to listen you because.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
Rocky.
No worries. Take your time. So then Priyanka, like then what are some other alternatives according to you? Do you think there's an alternative or
I mean,
just
if
you?
I see, if I really suggest, so means we should first of all, we should educate our boys, or maybe all, because okay, I'll be mother, okay, and of course you all will be parents. Of course it will take a long time, but still, we should teach them, that girls deserve that much respect, and you can't force. Means this is the one, but of course it will take long time. I don't know, we will die also at that time. Okay. And rest I can say, for girl, it is safety for you only, for till this world changes. Of course you have to take care of yourself. And boys also, if you find, you should help them. And of course vigorous means the rigorous punishment, and maybe we should not judge the girl or whatever is happening. Sometimes you see, I don't know, see sometimes that people, don't very judge girls and everything. They report sexual assaults and all those things. Even some are very embarrassed to tell them to their parents, or their maybe to report in the police. That should be encouraged, you know. And okay, I agree with you. Maybe I just I don't know that if I see in that point that maybe she was trying to see like what was behind it, so we can find the root cause, and maybe we try to maybe mitigate that problem or something like that. But I don't know what is happening, or what is being done for that. Maybe I, in that way you can say, okay, like knowing or interviewing those rapists, that if we know the cause, if this is the cause, okay, so maybe I don't know, but if someone has done the rape, I don't think he should be left, and he should be out, or he should always be punished. But how can you know that someone can do rape? And how will you know? Hey, Rohan, will you
Hmm.
know?
I know, like how could you know that? Like, see, this
I mean,
is
how could you know that? And then if you know that, what do you want to do? Means he has already done it. Means like who will be the person?
and
You
not
will
just that,
find and
even
hmm,
murder happen. Have you seen like in a very like how in a very short span you would see a guy, he just killed that another guy and he died on the spot, right? So even you like before you think the incident
you
would.
don't know, na? Yeah. Even why don't you think that for murderers also? Why don't you take the interview of maybe murderers, जो murderers होते हैं उनका भी interview जाके लो, and then see,
I
what is
think
the
see, there are certain
why.
people from the psychology background. They just want to understand the mindset, because post that, then what would happen? Then they would do the research on it. Maybe then they would publish something, and then maybe there would be a way to
That's what I'm saying, na, that
re,
like
uh-huh.
that's
Such
what I'm saying.
researchers
Like,
have been
what
done
will
on
be the
murderers as well.
okay, okay, let's discuss, Rohan. What will be the target population? Like, we will educate, we will, okay, if I find a solution, okay, this is the solution, then I can change rapist or something like that. And how, what is the target audience for that, or target population for that,
Target could be
Mm.
maybe that would be the part of curriculum, like this the education curriculum, like maybe they would be taught,
Yeah,
in their.
maybe that can be, but you cannot, you don't know, na, like, how can you judge, like,
No,
Because
like it's
these some of people were married, they had wives. I'm telling about this Nirbhaya case. One of guy was married, his wife was this. No, I don't know that ever his wife has imagined that, her husband will do things like that. I don't know. This
yeah.
is very complicated, yeah. But this is bad, you can't really means if you are harming someone and physically or sexually assaulting someone, really, really bad. Hmm.
Like I would like to add one thing. If you ask, will the death penalty will eradicate all the rape incidents in India? Of course not. But if you ask, will the death penalty will prevail justice? Then I would say, of course, it will prevail the justice. So
Yeah, and
no
it
mercy
and
for
it will,
no mercy
yeah,
for
and
rapist.
uh, and it will, of course, means if you have a rigorous punishment, even in what do they do in Islamic proper Sharia law, they cut hands of those who are beggars. They, strict are very
Those laws are
rules are
not
very
something which
strict.
I should appreciate. Those
No,
are
no,
like
I don't appreciate. I'm just giving an example. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm telling that if the punishment is very rigorous, so then you think before doing it, you know.
exactly.
Maybe that can play means a little part, but yes, we have to do a lot in this. I don't know. I to say it to girls, just be careful. I don't know what to do. Even I am also confused. What is the proper solution for that?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And sometimes, like I would say, like when we talk about a human life, it's too long, right? Like it is expected that at least you would live from 65 to 70 years.
Too
So if
long. It is too
listen, listen,
short.
listen. If a person commit a crime, if a person commit a crime, you can say in the heat of moment. So shouldn't he get a chance to improve himself or herself?
It depends on the level of crime he has done. If he has ruined if he has ruined a life, then he should not have rights on his own life. But he
I
like
do feel, yeah, people
yeah,
don't change. Means grossly they don't change. Means that
like understand what I should. Yes, yes, purple.
I like see purple sometimes like what happens. Suppose in my LS, if you shouted, then next day you yourself realize it was, no, actually
yeah.
I
Then
made a
No, there
mistake.
is
I
yeah,
made a
network
but
mistake
you
issue.
here.
will
That's
shout
why.
again.
No, there is a network issue, I guess. Hello.
No. I'm
Two
not
months,
saying like
6 months.
network issue.
I'm telling you.
I'm saying like, but people think about it. Then they said like, oh, it was my bad. I made the mistake. But going forward, I would not repeat it again. So
But I am telling you, like that story is there. Even in that movie, you must have seen Darling movie. That bichu hai wo kaatta hi hai. That is a basic nature. You will return to it. How much you will fight yourself, yeah. Means I don't know. This is my perception. Maybe
Yes, you're
you
right.
may change. You may change little bit, but I don't think people change. I don't know, yeah. Maybe I may be wrong, Rohan, but this is my
no,
opinion.
even I don't know because I'm not a law, you can say,
Hmm.
student. Neither like we are have done any kind of judiciary
Hmm.
study, so that we have
Hmm.
studied about it. We are just here
Hmm.
to discuss the topic. We can improve, and at the same time, we can spread the awareness as well, right? So even I don't
Hmm.
know, but I just want to listen like you guys
Yeah,
also.
and it's good to
Because
know the
let me tell you, I would say like very small thing. I would say sometimes if I have done something not in a criminal way, something, then later I regret on myself like no. So going forward, I would not do those. I would not do so. No, it's okay. I am also human being. I can make the mistakes, right? So, but it would not be repeated again. So in that context, like maybe some of them like they have done, but later maybe like let me tell you like what just try to understand please what I want to say. Most of the guys you would say like they are their early age, maybe 21, 22, or 8, no, 20, 24, 25. So just because they have a bad company, or maybe some of their friends, they have encouraged them, right? It's okay, if she's your girlfriend, you can do this, that, you can be forceful to her or something, right? So like those maybe at the tender age, like they cannot take the right decision, and they think okay, so what is wrong in that? Because one of the friend, maybe he would quote an example, I have done that, so why can't you do so? So sometimes what happens, people get no encouraged and they commit the crime, and later then they repent a lot on it, like why did I do that? Am I stupid? Just because others they encouraged me, I did that, right? I hope you understand what I want to say. But just for
Hmm.
that, if like the person is being killed or he's being hanged, So I don't know, like I'm just trying to understand, like should a person get another chance or not? As Jaggu said, of course, if it is a animal mindset, like if you like, there are certain cases where you see like they are raped, then they are butchered, their body has been, you can say grilled. Many things they have done, right? So in that case, I understand. Then that person, even though he has a animal mindset.
Hmm.
Means okay. So Rocky Bhai is saying give me 10 minutes. So give 10 minutes to him. 10 minutes is
Yeah,
too much, but still, huh?
over. I think his 10 minutes is already over. So, Rocky bhai, would you like to say something on this?
Hello.
Salam Rocky Bhai. It's a very famous song in that movie.
Who is Rocky Bhai? Is this the new person? Who is this guy?
Rocky bhai, listen, even we want to listen. Who is Rocky bhai?
Yeah,
Because
we all are very curious
Hi,
to know
Mohan.
Rocky Bhai.
How are you?
hi Falguni, I'm good.
Hi Falguni.
So
Hi Falguni.
Falguni,
Hi Falguni, welcome back.
Hey guys, like we have very good participant to listen her thought. Falguni, you are a psychology student, so you read the human psychology. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Like when we talk about criminals, so do they have like different psychology, and on the basis of that they commit the crime? Is there something?
According to psychology, like if someone turns out to be a criminal, their upbringing is to be blamed. The way that they are brought up, like psychology blames the environment that they have brought up in. You know,
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So I think this is the only thing that is to be blamed, how they have been brought up. Rohan, I just Okay, I'm gonna message you right now. Just a sec. Just check my message.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
sure,
you guys
Falguni.
can carry on whatever guys were saying. I'm gonna message you.
Like I would like to add one more thing. Like, it's always good to know the psychological aspects of rape cases, so that like you need to know the mentality of rapist. That's good thing to figure out the psychological solution if there is possible. So it's good to know the mentality, to know the psyche of that person, to figure out the psychological solution. But psychological psychological aspects should not be used as an excuse or as a shield to protect that rapist. Just because of the psychology, he should not have a shield to protect themselves. So, like this thing I would like to add. Anyway.
Okay, cool, cool. So, yeah, Rocky, would you like to share something on this? Because as you know that we are not a law student, but still we are talking about this topic. So, if you can add something like which you think.
Yeah. Like Hrutesh is mentioning one incident. Just 2 days ago, there was a guy in Jharkhand. He literally burned a girl alive after raping her. Also, there was some religious reason which I would not like to mention. But like that guy was, I guess his name was Muhammad Saruk, and he literally burned that girl alive after raping her. I mean, and do you think that such kind of rapist and criminal should have any mercy, right? I mean, it's even hard to imagine for me.
Yeah, like Jagu, as I said, like see, if any case, like no, any criminal case where I think there are some, you can say they have set some bar, if those cases cross those bars, so in that case they consider as a gruesome case, right? Like very heinous and gruesome case. So in that case, of course, like they have the very strict law, and law always, you can say, give justice to the
Yeah.
victim.
Even in Udaipur case, like the murderer literally uploaded the video on social media, and he was feeling proud after killing innocent trailer. So, like, I can't even imagine mercy things for such kind of criminals. So, yeah.
So yeah, Rocky, you can take your 2 minutes, Rocky. No worries. Like we are okay. We are so yeah, Umesh. I would like to. Do you want to say something, Umesh? And like when guys like people say rehabilitation. So in rehabilitation, so Jagu, you think?
Rehabilitation.
I'm audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So, hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
Rocky bhai.
Yeah. Hello. So, the topic is this thing, right? Okay. So, like for me, whether capital punishment will act as a deterrent or not, that's something that I think it will not act as a deterrent because, to be honest, capital punishment doesn't act as an incentive. I mean, you know, for for rapists, because on the contrary, it might act another way. The impact would be another way. For example, if you say that, if a rape has happened, then you'll get capital punishment, right? If that is a discourse, if that is a law, then what will happen is, instead of trying to understand the mindset of the rapists will definitely do rapes. That is their mindset. They're like mad dogs. They'll do it. But what will happen is, because there's a law put in place, the rapist, instead of like trying to not do rape, what they'll do is like try to kill the victim itself. In these kind of cases, because right now they are aware of the fact that if you do the rape, then you'll get the capital punishment. So what they'll do is they'll do the rape, at the same time they'll try to kill the victim as well. So that is a dangerous precedent that we should understand. So that is the reason I am always of the opinion that, when you sort of make the laws, you have to understand why you have made the law in the first place. So now we have the capital punishment. Okay, everyone is fine with that. But what will happen is, at the same time you're raping, the rapist will rape the person and they'll kill the person as well. Because if you see the standards of a criminal law, the criminal law says that beyond reasonable doubt, if the case is proved, then only the person can be convicted. Otherwise, he is acquitted. So most of the cases, even though the police somehow manage them to, put them behind the bars, but still they go scot free because there is no evidence. Because our standards are like that. The criminal law is like that. That beyond reasonable doubt, only you can be acquitted. Only you can be convicted. Otherwise, you are acquitted. So that is the major thing that we have to understand. So before you actually frame these laws, see, for example, in nearby case incident, there was with the help of CCTVs and all that, they managed to find the evidence. The evidence was there. Even, for example, even if those CC cameras were not there, but even the victim, she could have given some sketches, like, how the people looked like and all that. So based on that, they could have managed to convict them. But but if the victim was killed, if the Nirbhaya was killed at that point in time itself, then they would have just gone scot free. If the CC cameras were not there, in case the cameras were not there, they would have been scot free. So what I'm trying to say is, whenever any law is put in place, you have to understand the consequence of it. So what we have to understand is like why rapes happen in the first place. Instead of trying to fix it, we have to understand like why rapes happen in the first place and trying to find solutions to that, rather than coming up with this capital punishment and all that. So I think that will never act as a deterrent, because why rapes happen, why the instincts make them to do those things is beyond our natural understanding. It's like that. That's what I said in the beginning. So rapists are like mad dogs. They'll do it no matter what is the punishment out there, because they'll find alternative to it. For example, if you say there's capital punishment, he'll make sure that he'll kill the body, he'll do the rape, and he'll kill the body. He'll kill the victim also. So somehow he thinks that I'll be scot free. No one will find me. So he's safe. So the point is, it is not about the punishment. It is about the mindset. So that needs to be that needs to be understood. So how you can understand is only one thing. In my opinion, is when the rapes happen. Of course, what you have to do is you have to separate them from the society, because, as I've said earlier, they're like mad dogs. Okay, you have to separate them from the society, and what we have to do is we have to do an interview, with a psychologist, and it should be televised across the country, so that the people can watch their mindsets, like, why they do this and what are their thoughts, what will be their behavior, what they think of a woman, so these all things, every person should watch it, so that whenever they come across this kind of people, at least the people will be aware of it. And another main thing is, from childhood only, as someone mentioned, that just have to the education. People should be aware of their rights. From education is very important. So I think from initial ages, in the childhood age itself, I think everyone should be aware of all these things. You should make people understand, or the children understand. They should be sensible about all these things. So then these things can reduce. Otherwise, it will not happen for sure. And someone was saying that whenever this rape incident happens, everyone will come to the streets, and everyone blood will rise. But after some time, everyone will go to their own jobs and all that. Everyone will forget. But that's not the solution. Everyone will say kill them, castrate their private parts and all that. But India is a democratic country, man. Like, it's not barbaric country. We can't go backwards. You can give examples of Saudi Arabia, aisa hota hai, but that doesn't work in India. It's a democratic country, for God's sake. We have laws put in place. we have a lot of things, where our judiciary system is based on one thing, that not even one. There is one line I forgot. Like in 1,000 criminals can go scot free, but innocent should not get convicted. That is the
Punished.
premise. Yeah,
Yeah.
punished. Exactly. That is the whole premise of our judiciary. So in some cases, what happens is, see, now in Hyderabad, this incident happened. So when the rape incident happened in Hyderabad, I think 2 years back, I guess. So all the emotion, like, it was total at peaks. The whole
That encounter one.
encounter one. So most of the people in Hyderabad, they came to the streets and protested in front of the police station and all that. So police at that point in time, they didn't know how to react to it. So what they did, somehow they sort of collected 4 people. I don't know whether they're criminals or not. Even the fair trial was not happened. They were
Yeah.
denied the fair trial. You don't know whether they're rapist or not. You just bought 4 people, you encountered them, and you said that, okay, these are the 4 people who raped the girl. But do you really know that whether they raped? You don't know. But just to appease to the people, just to control that emotional peaks, you just took that decision. So these are the side effects of having a capital punishment or any other thing. So the problem is, we are not solving the problem. We are trying to cool down it. We're trying to try to relieve the tension. That's it. After some time, again the same thing will happen. Yeah, because criminals or anyone for that matter, they'll try to find ways to solve that problem. So my point is, mindset is very important. If you can tweak the mindset, then everything will be good. Yeah.
But Rafi bhai, sometimes like people think it was a good message to the society. Like as you say, like no, if I talk about that Hyderabad case, so they made an encounter. So the moment it happens, so maybe it is a message to all of those rapists or the people who have the mindset. If we would do so, maybe we would also go with the encounter. Like one of the example I
No,
would like
no.
to let me quote one of the other example.
It
Like
it
if I
doesn't happen. Before that, maybe this Nirbhaya victim, they were hanged, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. But I do really think like someone who is
60 minutes.
committing
Yeah, yeah.
rape, he will be
Exactly after
thinking of
1 month.
there is a
Yeah.
section, something like that, and I'll get punished if I am doing this thing. So while doing such heinous crimes, no one will think that there is a particular section through which I'll get convicted and
like
then I'll get
like
hanged.
like one more example I would like to quote. Like if I talk about UP, so in UP, like Yogi Adityanath, sometimes people call him bulldozer baba, right? Why? Because like he has claimed that anyone who is just destroy the public property, so it would be recovered from their own property, and even his own property that would be demolished by the, you could say, that JCB machine, right? So that is what is happening, and he has done a lot. Like you can say most of the criminals, like whosoever have done that, so he's doing, and there's a terror. He has developed a terror among the people. Like people, they are really, you can say, scared. Like if I will do something, maybe I am going to lose my whole property. So by that way, like he's decreasing the crime, and people have a fear among them. So however, some of them, they have said like let the court decide like what would be the punishment, how a chief minister can decide that no, their house that would be demolished the moment you would be caught in some illegal stuff, right? Maybe stone pelting, or maybe some, you can say, no slogan against this and that. So
Like
Mhm.
one
Then
thing